Alright, so I'm recording this video for a second time, and why you may be asking, because I recorded this video for a half hour, got 30 minutes of footage, all for my microphone to be muted this whole time, so I'm gonna check real quick, make sure my mic is good. Alright, yeah, we should be alright. I can't believe it, dude. Literally, last night, recorded so much video. Two videos I got done. I did Attacking Like a Noob, which I did earlier, so my mic wasn't muted then. And when I recorded the second video, my mic was muted then. So, I couldn't believe it. I was so pissed. But here we are. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys my farming strategy. I've been Town Hall 12 for less than a month now. And as you can see, I only have 16 walls left. Usually what I do when I get a brand new Town Hall is I upgrade all my heroes. I use one builder for defense and one for walls. I do that just because I like to have my walls done. Get them done earlier rather than later. That way I'm all cut up and I don't fall behind. I know it's a lot of people are like, it's just walls, but me personally, I like doing walls. I farm a lot of walls while I'm streaming. So basically, I'm going to show you a couple different farming strategies for different types of loot. So my minor troop army, it costs a decent amount of elixir, but you gain a lot of dark elixir. As you can see, I just got done streaming. I'm going to show my past attacks, just show you the loot that I get. Now the army I'm using costs 182,000. It's even more than that with more of the minor troops, but you don't always have to use all of your troops with this army, which is what makes it good. Now you don't need the baby dragons. I've just been breaking them because I've been trying them out. But minor troops are the way you want to go when you're farming for dark elixir. So streaming, look at this first attack, 600, 540, and then 4.5k dark. That's a lot of dark elixir. And as you can see, it's pretty consistent all throughout the night. That attack was kind of low, but I needed the star to go up, so I attacked it. And that's just throughout the night. There's going to be a little gap when we were playing Uno, but you can do a lot of farming. It's a quick army. It trains, I don't know how much. When you have a boost on, doesn't take that long, and you can also save troops when you use it. So I'm going to show you a couple examples of my attacks and how I use it. So let's go to attack that I won just to show. So this one, we'll go to this one right here. We use a lot of troops, but see what happens. Now that's decent loot. Now, when you farm, you want to stay around crystal and gold. Me personally, crystal 2 is my bread and butter. I've been farming there for as long as I can remember. And every time I recommend this farming strategy to people, they say they get great results. And as you can see, just looking around, all you got to do is send these minor troops. I usually send 2 on each collector. And for the most part, you get all the loot. As you can see, we send more there, more there. And while you can use different attack strategies on these bases, for me, to get a lot of this dark elixir, minor troops are the way I want to go because I want to upgrade my heroes. So they're going to get these drills, going to get me most of the loot, and they still get you 1 star for the most part. You're going to find a lot of dead bases in Crystal 2, and that's what you want when you're farming. I'm going to show a couple more attacks like this. I'll show one more just to give you an idea, and then I'm going to do a live attack just to show you how long it takes me to find a good base that I can get decent loot on. So let's show one where I don't really use all my troops. So this one, for example, only 23 minor troops and 3 baby dragons with a clan castle. I still managed to get decent loot. Now this base, we send a baby dragon there, in that corner. Send one there. I had a stone slammer as a clan castle, so I figured I'd send it in. And then here we are, we're sending the minor troops in. They're going around and getting the loot. And look at that. Look how many troops we still have saved and all the loot we gained. Not bad at all. I'm telling you, this is a great farming strategy if you want free loot, especially when you're boosting too, because you only get an hour of it. So what I want to show you guys is Clash of Clans Forecaster. So basically what this is it's like simulates when people tend to play. So I use this to when I want to farm and when I want to use my boosts. So tomorrow, for example, I wouldn't want to boost or farm anywhere throughout, like, 7 till about even, 3 to 4, because the loot's going to be horrible. Because think of it, it's a weekend, most people play during the day. At nighttime, 9 to 10 is when I'd pop a training potion or whatever you have to get your farming done. That way you get, the most effectiveness out of your loot, compared to, using it at, like I said, 10 or 11 a.m. Now, it's not 110% accurate, obviously. But I've been using this for months, and for the most part, it has worked pretty accurate. A lot of people agree. I've shown it too. Surprisingly, a lot of people have no clue that this thing even exists, which is why I'm showing it, because I use it all the time, especially when I stream. So I've been starting my streams around, like 7 to 8 o'clock, because I've been trying to get all my walls done, and I want to get the most out of my boost as I can. So usually on the weekdays, this is higher. So around like 9 to 10 will be good. And then, since it's a weekend, obviously not, but then around like 2 a.m., it goes back up, and it stays there till like 6 a.m. Usually. Now the update kind of messed with that a little bit, because there's been more active players. But for the most part, it's still pretty accurate, and you can still get good loot throughout the day. Now I'll put the link to this in the description if you want to try it. And let me know if it works for you, because everyone that I've shown have said that they say it works. So I'm kind of curious to see how it works for everybody else. So they're not bullshitting me, But it works for me, so if you want to try it, feel free. But I figured I'd show it just for the hell of it. Alright, so what I'm going to do for this Miner Troop army, is I am going to do a live attack. Even though I have max Dark Elixir, it's alright. I'm going to show you what bases I tend to look for when I use this army, and how I do it, and just walk you through. I mean, their Miner Troops they're really easy to use. So this base, for example, you could hit it with this army, but I'm not, because I don't have heroes, and you don't need heroes with this army. But I could find a base that's got, probably the same loot that I'd get from that one. So I'm gonna sit here. I'm just gonna show how long it takes to find a base that I want to attack. Now, other people, you can attack really any base you want. So this base, for example, if you're barching or really any attack strategy, most of the loot right here is on the outside. So what I would want to do is, since I'm using baby dragons, the air defenses are over there, so I don't want to put them that close. So there's a Dark Elixir drill over here with a warden and a king. So I'm gonna put one baby dragon there, and then we're gonna send, just because I won't use a coin castle, I'll actually show you what I do without it. We'll send 2 there, 2 there. I'm gonna put 3 there because there's 2 collectors there. I'm gonna put a baby dragon there, see what it can get. And now the whole thing of this is just saving troops. The more Miner Troops you can save, the more effective this army will be, because it's not going to cost you as much. And the loot gain will be, a lot more. So since there's all this, I'm going to have the baby dragon going down in that corner to clear most of that out. And why bring baby dragons? As you can see, you get a lot of value out of them as they funnel for you. So now that that's done, we can send these Miner Troops in for that drill. Now you gotta get the hang of it, because even now it's kind of hard to send them where you want them to go. But I'm gonna drop a heal just to get both those Dark Elixir drills, because there's a lot of them there. And can we get it? The important question. Alright, they're gonna go for that. They get the split, and then they get that. And there's still a lot of loot left over, a lot of gold. So what we're gonna do, send some in there. We'll drop a heal. Same down here. Drop another heal. Now, we didn't save as many troops as we wanted to here, which isn't, it's not the worst thing in the world, but there's that queen there. We'll pop the rage, get a 1-star, and we get pretty much all the loot. I know I said I wasn't going to use a Stone Slammer, but it's there just in case. So I'm gonna let the Stone Slammer do what it's gonna do. See if we can get that leftover gold. Yeah, see, there's that. And then we'll end it there. And how much loot do we end up getting? So about, 500 each with, 3.6k Dark Elixir. Now when we go to the army, we got a quick train. The army costs us 313,000 elixir. That is pretty expensive. compared to we're only getting, you know, 533,000 elixir. However, you get a good amount of gold, you get a lot of dark elixir, and you don't always have to use the whole army. On that one I did, but like I said, I still have a couple armies. Like you can see, I used 23, 25, 17, 42, which is all of them, but close to all of them. Then right here, look. I'll show a perfect example right here. I don't remember if I showed this one or not. We don't get a lot of dark elixir, but on a dead base like this, one baby dragon there, put him in the corners like that. And we get to loot. Oops. So for the most part, with saving our troops, sure, we could have gotten the Dark Elixir drill, but I figured I might as well just save some troops and try to get more in the next one. Just to give you an example of the bases that you want to go for, and just to show you that even on a base that's not completely dead, you can still get decent loot. So this one, got an eagle that's still active. A lot of loot is in the collectors, so let's see what we could do here. We'll put one baby dragon there, another one there, baby dragon there, and one in that corner right there. So we'll put some miners on that. Get that drill. Drop a heal on those because the king is going to be pretty dangerous there. Drop another heal. Now you want to bring some heal spells just in case, that we can get all the loot. Heal there. Still a decent amount of loot. And you know, for the most part, on a base that still has some stuff in the storages, could even snipe these Dark Elixir collector right there. Drop another heal. And we get a 1-star with most of the loot. Let them do what they gotta do. And that's gonna be it for the attack. How much did we get? 500, 500 with over 4,000 in Dark Elixir. We can't complain there. So hopefully this attack strategy helps. Alright, now for this next attack strategy, I'm just going to show one of the replays, because Barch, I don't really have to teach it, but I could show it. So as you can see, where most of this loot is, it's all on the outside. It's a pretty dead base. So watch what he does with this Barch army. He sends the barbarians in first because they're gonna, take all the damage and even, take out most of these collectors. But the archers going behind in order to get the loot and shoot behind those walls. So as you can see, the barbarians are gonna get focused as the archers shoot over that wall and get the collectors. And now Barch, I will say, Barch is one of the best and cheapest farming attack strategies. However, you miss out on some loot and you don't always get a lot of Dark Elixir. And this one he got 3,500, which isn't bad at all. The only thing, you gotta be careful because you will tank trophies very fast with this army. And that always isn't the best thing. Still gets a 1-star, so that's not the end of the world. So, with that army, gets most of the loot. And, not a bad attack at all. So that's the second attack strategy, but most people know Barch. I feel like you don't really have to show too much on that, but I figured I'd show a replay just to give you an example on when to use it. So Barch you want to use on a dead base. Miner troops you want to use on dead bases that also have a lot of loot in the core that you can grab. Because if there's loot in the core, Barch isn't going to reach it. However, miner troops will. So the next one I'm going to show really quick is a Lunian attack. So what you're going to want to do with this one is notice how he sends his balloons in first in a row. So what we're going to do is the balloons are going to go in and focus those defenses and tank the damage as the minions go in behind, and they're going to get the loot for you. As you can see, a great attack. Soul's only a Town Hall 9 as well, and this is a Town Hall 10 with, you know, not the best defenses, obviously, but still, as a Town Hall 10, that ain't bad loot when you're only a Town Hall 9, you know? Look at that. Notice how much Dark Elixir he manages to get. 5,273. Now, both of these attacks I'm showing for a reason. Because they are both different Town Halls than a 12. And I want to show strategies that you can use at any Town Hall. So if you're a lower Town Hall, Barch is going to be your army that you're going to want to use. Once you get to like Town Hall 9, Lunion is going to be your go-to. Same with Barch as well, but Lunion is really effective. Town Hall 10, you could start with a minor troop army. A lot of Town Hall 10s have been liking that army when I recommend it to them. And notice how both were in Crystal. Crystal League, in my opinion, the most dead bases and the most loot. I managed to fill my storage. I streamed for about, 8 hours of farming, and I filled my storages at least minimum 3 times a stream with boost. So I boost that whole time, and that's just minimum. I'm not talking about. That's a lot of loot. Think of it: 11 million, 10 million, and then 240,000. It is very effective. Now those are the 3 main attack strategies for the most part. There's Goblin Knife, but I figured most people already have videos on that, so there's no point of even showing it. But the minor troop army is on any any Town Hall 10 and up. You're gonna want to use Lunion. Even at Town Hall 9 is really good still. And once you get to Town Hall 10, it's not as effective as the minor troop army, but it's still good. Don't get me wrong. But for me, I've shown everybody that minor army, and they've gotten good success with it. Be sure to use that Clash Forecaster thing just in case. I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that, but I've been using them for months, so I figured since a lot of people didn't know about it, I'd show it. But yeah, it's gonna be the end of the video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I really would appreciate it, and I will see you all in the next video. All right, bye.